Hey, my name is May, and I live out of my 2013 Nissan Altima named Mars with my service dog, Piper. And today I'm going to be sharing a video with some things that I wish that I knew when I first started living out of my car, as well as what I kind of see in my future as far as car camping goes. If you're into car camping videos, living and traveling as a solo female, service dog tips and tricks, digital iPad planning, then this is the place to be. Be sure to like this video and subscribe so that we can become besties and friends forever. First things first, I started with way too much stuff. Not so much as too much stuff, but I started out not packing my stuff efficiently. So in the beginning of my setup, I had this big tote bag. It was this blue tote bag, storage bag that I got from Amazon, and it held everything I absolutely needed. All of my clothing fit into that bag. That bag fit into my trunk, and it was beautiful. However, I had a terrible time getting my clothes out each day. So I had to actually go all the way into my trunk to get my clothes out. And it was just so cumbersome. And the days that it was cold or I just didn't want to get out and go to my trunk, it was just too much. So now I have those storage cubes that I mentioned earlier, and I have put them, I kind of compressed all my clothing and folded everything up real small to be in these storage cubes. I will link it in the description below like I did on the last video. But yeah, so I put all of my clothing inside of these packing cubes now, and I put that behind my driver's seat. So my driver's seat used to have Piper's food behind it, and now I put Piper's food inside of 1-gallon bags. Another thing that I kind of accounted for, but I guess I didn't really account for, was weather. And I knew that some days would be cold and some days would be hot, but I didn't expect some things to be freezing and some days to be blistering. So with that, I did upgrade to my sleeping bag when I was in Wisconsin, because those were the freezing temperatures that I was in. And when I was inside of the blistering temperatures, I just stayed in hotels, because honestly, being indoors is the safest thing you can do when it's that hot and you have a dog. Oh, and speaking of safety, everybody always asks about safety. I did have to make an upgrade to my camper when it came to safety, because I don't know if you can see it in this video, but those small little tiny holes back there. One day I was car camping inside my sister-in-law's driveway, and my brother said, "Oh, I knew you were in there because I could see you through those holes." I didn't even think of those holes when I got my window coverings. So I did end up making small triangle homemade pieces to fit in there, because I felt like that was very unsafe. When I have everything else blacked out, I expect that to be blacked out as well. And another thing I would say as safety is I always have my famous Mosca tools. I have those little pokey things everywhere, anywhere that I would need to reach it, no matter where I am, there is a pokey thing. Like, they're all over, okay? But I also have a buzz thing that I typically keep inside of my pocket at all times too. Again, I haven't had any issues of me feeling unsafe anywhere that I've really been. And the places that I have felt unsafe, I left. There have been times that I have pulled up to a place and called my mom and called my sister, and I've been like, "I'm not staying here. There's a Love's 45 minutes up the street. That's where I'm going." I'd rather stay at a Love's than I will stay here. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes I go places and it's just 100% not for me. So if I don't feel safe, then I'm not going to stay. this was totally not planned, but speaking of places to stay and going to hotels, this lifestyle is 100% cheaper than rent, right? So rent, I would say, probably runs you about $1,000 for a 1 bedroom, and that's all I would need. Even a studio, which are hard to even come by at this point, are way expensive. So I do save a lot of money when it comes to rent, but what I don't pay in rent, I make up for it in gas. I started collecting keychains from all the states that I've stayed. I need to add some, but these are all the states that I've slept at. And I started collecting keychains because Love's always has these souvenir spots that you can do. And they have these keychains. So I started to do that, which is, I think it's going to get very heavy very soon. But for now, it's working out. But my last trip, I pretty much went from the East Coast to the West Coast, back to the East Coast. And if you think about that, I was driving constantly for days at a time. And those days, I had to put gas in my car. And I do have a Nissan Altima, so gas isn't too bad. It's not too expensive, but it does take me anywhere between $40 to $50, $40 to $60 to fill my tank, which is still really good, especially for other car campers and RVs. And I promise y'all, this is not scripted, but that leads me directly into my next thing. When it comes to the price of me living in my Altima, I absolutely love how much it costs. I love the lifestyle. I love the flexibility. I love everything about it. However, y'all, I am wishing, hoping, praying every magic number, whoever you pray to, all the money to me or all the blessings to me for a minivan. I love this lifestyle and I want to continue to live this lifestyle. This past year and a half, I feel like I have learned all the tips and tricks. I have learned what I want to do and how I want to do it. And now I just need to make it more comfortable. So I love living in my car. My biggest issue with my car is space. I love the space when it comes to parking. I love the space when it comes to being stealth. I love the space when it comes to gas mileage. I love all of that. However, this is my only seat inside of my car. And I don't want to make a video about it, but I work remotely. And when I have my laptop, this being the only place that I can work is it's not as comfortable as I want it to be. I can only work like this. I can only work with it here. I can sometimes work out this way, but that's only if it's not like the weather's good. If the weather's not good and I can't have my door open, then it's just me confined inside this one seat. I can't sit up straight in my back seat because of how thick my bed is, which granted, again, very comfortable, but it doesn't allow me to lounge at all. So having a minivan would just be like building it out and just having that space, like for working, for traveling, being able to stretch out a little bit more. I feel like overall health, like 2025, we're getting a minivan. One of my friends who I met at Pride had asked me, if I have an end goal, and like, if you don't have an end goal, then if you don't have like an end date, then you're never gonna, like, you're always gonna put it off. And honestly, my end date is gonna go very back to my start date, which is gonna go back to the date that my life changed, which is August 18th. So I am doing whatever I can, raising all the money I can. I've been accelerating my business and accelerating my crafts, and putting myself out there to raise money because I just want a minivan. A minivan with all-wheel drive would be preferred. I don't need anything with the glitz and the glam. I just need something with good gas mileage that runs, that I can be super stealthy in, and that ultimately I can put a bed in the back seat and sit up and work. Put a bed and a desk so I can work. That's all I need. Space. In the meantime, my car is absolutely working perfectly fine. We are still rocking and rolling in Mars, and the upgrades that we have done and the things that we have fixed are making my life so much easier already. Things like my 12-volt outlet that I've updated, my mini pot cooker that I've just got, and now if I can just get a bigger power station and some 12-volt appliances, Mars will still be perfectly fine. Mars will still be perfectly fine. But a minivan is coming to this channel very soon. So that's about it, y'all. I hope this video helps anyone who is thinking about living in their car, or if you are currently living in your car, let me know what things you wish you knew before starting, or if you have any questions about living in my car that you would like answered because this is a lifestyle that you're interested in, then let me know. If I can answer it, then by all means, I love to talk about it. I love to talk about my lifestyle. So don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe for more car camping videos like this, and to follow me along my journey. Thank you guys so much for being here. And as always, I will see you on the road. Bye.